Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we'll discuss about Spring. What is Spring? Spring Framework is a multi-tier lightweight application framework created by Rod Johnson to make enterprise application development as easy in Java. Spring is a complete and modular framework. It means we can develop either a particular layer using Spring Framework or we can develop complete application layer using Spring Framework. At industry level application, Spring Framework is used mostly for business logic development. For business logic development, the only framework available in the market is Spring, and otherwise we have to use EJB 3.x for implementing the business logic for industry level application. Now, Spring is a non-invasive framework. All the frameworks available in the market belong to either invasive or non-invasive. Invasive framework means it forces the programmer to extend or implement the classes from the predefined class or interface given by the framework. In case of non-invasive framework, it does not force the programmer to extend or implement their class from any predefined class or interface given by the framework. All presentation layer framework belong to invasive framework. Similarly, Spring and persistence layer framework belong to non-invasive framework. Spring Framework can be used for developing all types of Java applications. It means we can use Spring Framework in desktop application or web application or in enterprise application. But mostly Spring services are used in enterprise application development. Spring Framework runs either within a server or even without a server because Spring Framework does not depend on third-party container and it uses its own container. Spring Framework is called a layered architecture, which means one layer can be implemented using Spring or all layers can be implemented by using Spring. So this is about the Spring, that is Spring Framework is a so Spring Framework is a lightweight framework. So this is about the Spring Framework. And now what are the advantages of Spring Framework? There are many advantages of Spring Framework like predefined templates. Spring Framework provides templates for JDBC, Hibernate, JPA, etc. technologies. So there is no need to write too much code. And let's take the example of JDBC template. You don't need to write the code for exception handling, creating connection, creating statement, committing transaction, closing connection, etc. You need to write the code of executing query only. Thus, it saves a lot of JDBC code. This is one of the advantages of the Spring. Next is loose coupling. Spring applications are loosely coupled because of dependency injection. Easy to test. The dependency injection makes easier to test the application. That is, the EJB or struts application requires server to run the application, but Spring the framework does not require server. Next, Spring is lightweight. Spring framework is lightweight because of its POJO implementation, and Spring framework does not force the programmer to inherit any class or implement any interface. That is why it is said to be non-invasive. And fast development. The dependency injection feature of Spring framework and its supports to various framework makes the easy development of Java EE application. And powerful abstraction. It provides powerful abstraction to Java EE specification such as JMS, JDBC, JPA, and JPA. And declarative support. It provides declarative support for caching, validation, transactions, and formatting. So hope you understood. This is about the Spring introduction. So I'll continue in the next class.